Hey guys, welcome to another Movie Crew review. Today we'll be reviewing Argylle.
The movie stars Bryce Dallas Howard, Henry Cavill in a very bad haircut, Sam Rockwell, and John Cena as well.
It's a Matthew Vaughn spy comedy thriller film with many twists and turns. It stars Bryce Dallas Howard as an author, and Sam Rockwell comes into her life when her writing mirrors the real world through espionage, and it has a really big cast. It's based on the book that's being released alongside the film. So let's get into the review, guys. And
cool.
If you don't mind, I'll start on it first.
Kick on, bro.
Please.
Yeah. So I enjoyed this film. It's more of the Kingsman side of Matthew Vaughn's work. It's not really that gritty The Gentleman or kick-ass kind of style of film. It's one of those films where I think most of what happens in it is quite obvious, and you're going to point it out pretty early, so you're not going to have much of a surprise except for at the very end. The main plot really takes a turn. It's hard to explain it without giving a lot of spoilers away, but if you kind of think about it in the sense that it's a spy film like Total Recall, but other than that, saying too much will give it away in terms of the end of the film. It's got great action sequences, which I liked, except for the one with the smoke. I wasn't too much of a fan of that because Bryan Cranston sums it up perfectly. I can't see anything, and it's true. You can't see anything in that scene. It's just, I don't know what they were thinking with that one. The train scene at the start with Sam Rockwell cutting in between Henry Cavill was really good. I enjoyed that one. It was clever how it's done shot for shot. I mean, the Henry Cavill character it's kind of a mislead because he's not really in the film as a spy, nor is John Cena much in the film. So if you're going in expecting a spy film with Henry Cavill, Dua Lipa, and John Cena, you're sorely mistaken because this is a Sam Rockwell and Bryce Dallas Howard film. So other than that, I mean, it's, 2 hours, 20 minutes, probably half an hour too long for me. And it was a middle of the road kind of a spy film for me. It's very campy in the terms of it would fall more beside an Austin Powers. It would feel more familiar there than it would to me. Yeah. James Bond. It lacks the grittiness, I think, that makes spy films really strong. But I did enjoy it. And yeah, either one of you want to hop on board or?
All right. I think me and Moon are going to be on the same sort of wavelength here.
I think so too, yeah.
In my household, we've got one word for this movie. Cuck. Terrible. Terrible movie. Oh my lord. The effects in this movie. The first scene. Oh my god. Me and Moon looked at each other and we just started laughing. It's just terrible. Cheap, but just looks awful. And I could never take this movie. I don't know, I couldn't take it. I don't know how to explain it, but because they twisted everything, it just made me feel not just stupid. Like they wanted me to be stupid going into this movie. Like it's like a twist. Like nothing's stuck. And for me, that just means I don't care for anything because I can't trust anything, and it's just like a meh. That's how it made me feel anyway. Because just everything, every little thing, there was a twist. Like the aspect of a twist is a surprise, the shock. But none of those twists ever gave me that. None of them.
By the time you got to the fifth twist, I mean,
that's like how many minutes in the movie, by the way.
Yeah. I mean, they spent $200 million on this film. You think the effects would be, they must have got the same people.
How much?
As the Flash.
200.
That all just went to the big names, just the on the poster and the photography, because the big names are barely in the movie.
They use the same people as the Flash to do the animation, I think.
Well, you can tell. Aquaman too.
Yeah.
They got it for cheap, I reckon.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Moon,
Okay.
you got more to add, I'm sure?
I actually got a lot of things. Okay. The good I'll talk about are like two things. Two things in total.
Really? Wow.
Yes.
I'm surprised. Two.
That's better than zero.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
So the first action scene and the last action scene with the skates, they were so bad that I was laughing. So that was actually
Yeah.
a positive thing for me.
Maybe that's why it's a comedy.
I wasn't
No,
laughing.
whoa.
I wasn't laughing.
We were
laughing.
at the movie.
That's how I met.
Maybe that's the comedy.
Nah, they tried. There was some jokes in there that just did not hit. Well, I assume.
Second, I love Sam Rockwell, so I just can't hate him. So he was like a positive vibe in the movie. Okay, that's it. That's the only things I've liked. Okay, let's talk about the movie. Okay. All right. So, okay, the best way to describe this movie is like, have you guys seen Into the Mouth of Madness? Okay. I recommend it. It's a great movie. So, Into the Mouth of Madness, and then you have spy espionage stuff. Yeah. So, but these two concepts are like from a very different realm, and they just don't merge together. For the most part of the movie, they were trying to merge these two things, like the writing aspect, and Henry Cavill is coming in, Sam Rockwell coming out.
Yeah.
It's just stupid. Like,
Yeah,
it
it didn't hit.
Didn't hit. The action scene, the music was too loud, and you have this in, out, in, out, in, out. I just can't concentrate on anything.
There was no focus.
Yes, there was no focus. And then, the twist. They hit you with one twist, then they cop out. They hit you with another twist. That makes no sense. It makes no sense. I was like, why have you all this got this twist and it has no relevancy to the movie? There's one scene in the movie where they're trying to explain, they're giving the whole exposition.
Yeah. It's a big reveal.
Big reveal, sort of big
Yeah,
reveal.
sort of, yeah.
Like, that's the first shot in the movie. Like, you go into Henry Cavill's lips, and you come out of Bryce Dallas Howard's lips. I was like, what is happening here? Alright.
It was an odd shot.
Yeah, it was
yeah.
odd. Anyway, so, and you have like great actors, yeah.
Oh yeah, the acting I can't
I don't
really
know,
complain.
like, Bryan Cranston was just like, I was just waiting for him to like grab his mustache, and he didn't have one, but yeah, too cartoonish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking that during the movie, I go, to me
Especially
this
when you watch
feels
Breaking
like
Bad.
a kid's movie.
Kids movie.
Hold on, like if you cartoonized everyone,
Okay.
Alright.
Yeah.
take away the swearing, I was surprised there was swearing because there wasn't any blood in the action scene.
Yeah.
There
And I was surprised there was a little bit of swearing, and I'm just, but in my head, yeah, cartoon everyone, and it's just like, I feel like this is made for children, like it's very campy, over the top, but like, for me, because I didn't see the graphicness of the action, maybe it's just me, but it made it feel less impactful, like it made it feel more Looney Toony.
Yeah, well, even just the
Does
whole,
that make sense?
Yeah.
the splitting between Henry Cavill and Sam
Yeah.
Rockwell, that added to it, I think. It took away from the action for
Yeah.
me a little bit.
But even in the other scenes where he's not, it's just them.
Yeah.
Like the ice skating stuff.
Yeah.
Without the blood and the effects, it feels like she's just touching him, and it's just
Yeah.
like, for me, it doesn't have the same impact of what that action scene could look cool, but it's so cheap, and there's no there's no blood. It's just like, for me, that could have been a real standout moment in the movie,
It could be, yeah.
but it's just like the oil. Easy go.
That was
Oh, terrible. Oh my god. It just,
I was laughing a lot.
it was.
So that was good.
But I have to add this, right? Right at the start of this video, John, you gave the synopsis of the movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you gave that to me as a movie creator, okay, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Sounds really good on the
It
paper.
sounds really good. But you know what? Watching that movie, cock. Terrible. I don't know what the hell was going on.
One shout out, good acting is my Well, one actress that I liked in the film, and she's like it in everything I see, is Catherine O'Hara. She plays TV's Moira Rose from Schitt's Creek. So I really liked her, and she had that kind of voice. So, you know, that was I guess a bright spot in this film. But I mean, look, to be honest, it just, I don't know, it just didn't really hit for me. It's just, I don't know if it was that it was too long, or after the Kingsman 1, 2, and the prequel.
We don't talk about that.
But I'm kind of desensitized to it. I mean, The Lost City with Sandra Bullock is a really good film that does the similar concept, but it's just one story.
The difference is that was comedy.
I understand that was comedy, but
this was on the nose comedy. It doesn't work comedy.
I understand what you're saying. That's a better movie.
That is a better done movie, but with a similar concept. That's, so.
Alright.
Yeah,
We've covered it.
Dumped on this movie enough.
Yes.
So, Moon, moment of truth.
Yeah.
How many Alfie the Cats are you giving out of 10?
So just for Sam Rockwell, I'll give 4.5 Alfies.
John?
Alright, I'm going to give it 7 Alfies out of 10.
Holy
I'm going to give it a couple extra for the stellar part.
You said you liked it at the start.
Yes, I did like it. I'm not gonna say it wasn't enjoyable for me, but yeah.
I'll give it 3.5.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Well, actually, I was gonna say the same, but 1 extra for Sam Rockwell, so yeah.
You have a soft spot for this movie.
I do.
Alright guys, don't forget to like, share this video, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Ciao.
So it's revealed that she was a spy or whatever. Bryce Dallas Howard. Yep.
Which part? Yeah, sorry, what?
Yeah, too many parts. I know.
Which twist?
Okay. So she's looking like, so she thinks herself like Henry Cavill's character. Yeah. She sees herself like him, but then she sees Sam Rockwell's character as him. And what is happening? Is she in love with Sam Rockwell's character, like with Henry Cavill? Is she in love with herself? How is she gonna make her love her to herself? I don't know.
Look, I mean, I understand what you're saying, because at the start she sees Sam Rockwell as Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
But then, okay, so the spoiler of that is, she's Agent R.
Okay, that
Which is a spoiler, but then all of a sudden he becomes John Cena's character.
Yeah, but I hear what Moon's saying, because before any of that is revealed to her, she's still looking in the mirror thinking that she's Argylle.
Yeah.
Because all she did was do a fall off the back of the balcony.
I think that, if they didn't put that in the film, that
It would have made more sense.
I think they just overcomplicated it.
They didn't even know what they were doing. They're just like, oh, we need Henry Cavill for another shot. Chuck him here.
They're like, oh, we paid him all this money. We better make sure he's in this film for more than 5 minutes. They'd do a leaper in it for all about 3 minutes, and then that's it.
Okay.
Never again.
What was that scene? She's on Henry Cavill's face.
Because it's a tie into the end of the movie. That's why.
It's pretty much, to sum this up, is if you watch the start scene with Tom Cruise in Austin Powers 3, where Tom Cruise is playing Austin Powers, and Gwyneth Paltrow is playing one of his, that's like the whole film. That's just the whole film.
Okay, I've never seen it. But
This is.
So when they're explaining the thing, and they pulled a Zoolander. So, you know how Zoolander is, okay, maybe it's a spoiler, I don't know. So, how Zoolander is manipulated brain, so, and they had the exact same graphics, like, I was like, wow, this is Zoolander. It is.
The spiral and the...
Yeah, it is. I was like, okay,
I'm surprised they didn't get the same song.
They should have done that. No, they did. The music's like very similar to that film. They must have watched it and thought, oh, this would be a good spy film. Zoolander is a spy film.
They watched
It is.
every spy film.
Yeah,
they got
they-
every twist in every spy film and tried to put it in this one movie.
Yes,
That's what happened.
exactly. Yeah.
Exactly.
And it just doesn't work. Sorry, it doesn't work.
It doesn't mesh.
No,
It was just too much. I think one of the
way
things
too
would have
much.
been okay, but just it's just too much.
Yeah, and I was rooting for it to end, and it felt like it was never going to end.
Yeah,
because like I said, they just throw so many twists at you. So it's just like you feel, I see the light, and then they just pull
Yeah.
the rug from under me, and I'm just like, oh, I'm
Just
such
end
a
it
boring
already.
this. Come on.